The stars stretched endlessly across the black canvas of space, silent, cold yet alive with the hum of distant energy. A small human ship, the Horizon, drifted along its course, its lights blinking like a heartbeat in the darkness. Inside, the crew moved calmly, their faces lit by the soft glow of the control panels. They had no weapons to rival the massive alien fleets that roamed these sectors. But what they did have was intelligence, courage, and a stubborn refusal to be prey. Far ahead, the aliens watched. Their ships glinted under the light of a dying star, sleek and merciless. They were confident, too confident. These creatures had destroyed many civilizations before, devouring their ships without effort. To them, the humans were nothing more than insects on the vast floor of space. The flagship commander leaned forward, its many eyes narrowing as it detected the Horizon. "Prepare for capture. The humans will fall easily," it hissed. Back on the human ship, Commander Ilara glanced at the sensors. "Something's coming," she said, voice steady but alert. Her second-in-command, Ryan, leaned over her shoulder. "It's huge. I've never seen readings like this." Ilara's lips tightened. "Keep calm. Let's see what we're dealing with first." The aliens began their approach. The Horizon was small, fragile compared to the alien ships that now surrounded it from all sides. Yet the humans showed no panic. They were trained for this. Years of exploration had taught them that danger often came in forms the eye could not immediately understand. The first alien ship passed directly above them, scanning. Its sensors were sharp, designed to detect life and power signatures from miles away. The aliens laughed, a deep echoing sound that seemed to vibrate through the ship's hull. "Pathetic," the commander sneered. "Prepare to take them." Inside the Horizon, the crew activated their shields not to block attack. They were far too small for that, but to power up the hidden systems. A flicker of light crossed the panels as the crew synchronized their instruments. Every movement was precise, every action deliberate. They were baiting the aliens, leading them into a trap the creatures could not see. As the alien fleet closed in, Ilara spoke calmly over the comms. "Keep formation. Don't fire unless I say. And remember, patience is our weapon." The aliens ignored the warning, assuming the humans would panic or flee. They pressed forward, their massive ships casting shadows over the tiny vessel. Space trembled with their presence, and yet the humans moved with ease. Ryan's fingers flew across the console. "I've never seen a fleet this confident," he muttered. "It's like they're inviting us to die." Ilara's eyes narrowed. "Exactly. That's how we get the advantage." Suddenly, the human ship emitted a soft pulse of light, invisible to the alien sensors. It was subtle, almost like a heartbeat in space, but it carried a strange energy the aliens could not detect. Their ship slowed, scanning the area, confusion spreading among them. "What is this?" one alien hissed. "Sensors are malfunctioning." Ilara smiled faintly. "Now we watch," she said. The humans had no intention of fighting conventionally. They were clever, unpredictable. They would strike where the aliens least expected, turning the hunters into the hunted. The tension in space grew thick. The alien fleet hesitated, unsure of the small ship they had dismissed as prey. The Horizon floated confidently, silent and patient. Each crew member knew their role. Each heartbeat matched the pulse of the ship. They were a single organism now, moving with purpose. Then a faint sound, almost like a whisper, vibrated through the human ship. Sensors picked up an anomaly ahead, a strange gravitational field. The aliens had not anticipated this. "It's a trap," one of their officers shouted, but it was already too late. The humans' plan was unfolding. Ilara's voice cut through the comms, calm and resolute. "Hold your positions. They'll make the first move. And when they do, we'll be ready," the alien commander growled, the first flicker of doubt in its many eyes. The humans had led them into unfamiliar territory, into a space they could not dominate. And for the first time, the aliens wondered if perhaps they had underestimated these fragile creatures of flesh and bone. In the darkness, the tiny human ship floated, a silent predator among the stars. They were not easy prey. They were something far more dangerous, something the galaxy had not yet fully understood. And as the alien fleet prepared to strike, the humans waited, calm and ready. The first move had not yet been made, but the game was about to begin. The alien fleet pressed forward, their massive ships glinting under distant stars. Each vessel moved with precision and confidence, their weapons ready to strike. They thought the humans would panic, thought the horizon would flee in fear. But the humans stayed calm, waiting for the perfect moment. Commander Ilara's hands rested lightly on the controls, her eyes scanning the approaching fleet. "Stay calm. Keep formation. They'll fall into our path if we do nothing," she said. Her voice was steady, but beneath it was a quiet thrill. Humans had always survived by thinking smarter, moving faster, and taking risks no one else would. The aliens laughed at the tiny ship. "Prepare to capture them," hissed the flagship commander. "They cannot hide. They cannot fight. They are nothing." Ryan leaned over the console, adjusting the ship's trajectory. "They really think we're easy prey. They don't know what we're capable of." Ilara nodded. "Let's remind them. The humans had a plan. They were not going to fight with brute force. That would be suicide. Instead, they would use the aliens' confidence against them." The horizon veered slightly to the left, seemingly retreating. The aliens, thinking they were winning, followed eagerly, leaving formation gaps. The first trap was simple but deadly. Hidden behind the faint glow of an asteroid field, the humans had positioned several stealth decoy drones. They looked like small, weak vessels drifting in the blackness. The aliens targeted them immediately, firing without hesitation. But the drones were hollow, exploding harmlessly with a burst of electromagnetic interference. Alien sensors went haywire, weapons systems faltering for precious seconds. "Now," Ilara whispered. The horizon darted through the chaos. Using speed and agility, it twisted between asteroids, a blur of human ingenuity against alien rigidity. One alien ship fired, its beam slicing past the horizon but missing by meters. The humans responded not with weapons, but with a clever system of interference pulses, forcing the alien fleet to misread distances and speed. The aliens roared in frustration. "How is this possible?" the flagship commander hissed. "These creatures, they should not survive like this." Inside the horizon, the crew grinned. The humans were small, yes, but every move they made was calculated. Every action was precise. Their brains were their weapons, and the aliens had not prepared for that. Suddenly, a massive alien cruiser turned sharply, attempting to flank the humans. Ilara had anticipated this. She pressed a few buttons, and the horizon released a trail of artificial signal echoes, confusing the alien ship's targeting systems. The cruiser fired blindly, missing entirely and crashing into an asteroid. A cheer went up quietly among the crew, though Ilara quickly hushed it. "They're underestimating us," she said, "and that's our advantage. They won't see the next move coming." The aliens tried to regroup. Their formations shifted awkwardly, their confidence wavering. The humans were clever, too clever. Ryan manipulated the controls, drawing the aliens deeper into the trap zone. The further they followed, the more vulnerable they became. One alien officer cried out, "Stop! We are walking into... Their voice cut off as the horizon activated the final stage of the trap, a gravity distortion field hidden in the asteroid cluster. Alien ships drifted helplessly, unable to steer. Some collided with debris, others froze, waiting for instructions that would never come. Ilara's lips curved into a faint smile. "Perfect," she said softly. "Now they see the mistake they made by underestimating humans." Even in chaos, the crew remained calm. They had anticipated each alien reaction, each hasty move. Humans were adaptable, unpredictable, and now they had proven it. The aliens who had expected an easy hunt were beginning to realize that they were outmatched, not in strength, but in cunning. The flagship commander's multiple eyes widened in shock. "Impossible. They are only humans. How can they—" But before the aliens could react further, the horizon slipped quietly out of the trap, leaving the fleet tangled and confused among the asteroids. The humans had not destroyed them. Yet that was not the plan. They had only shown the aliens that humans could not be easily defeated. Ilara glanced at her crew. "Good work. Keep alert. The battle is not over, but we've proven something important today. Humans are not prey. Not now, not ever." As the alien fleet regrouped, slower and more cautious than before, the humans floated through the dark void, calm and ready for whatever came next. They had set the trap. The aliens had fallen into it. And this was only the beginning. The alien fleet struggled to recover from the trap. Ships drifted awkwardly among the asteroids, their weapon systems scrambled and sensors confused. The flagship commander's many eyes glimmered with anger. These humans, they are not weak. They are clever. Too clever, it hissed. Inside the horizon, the crew remained calm. Commander Ilara's eyes scanned the chaotic battlefield. They think they've regained control, she said quietly. But they haven't. Not yet. Ryan's fingers flew over the controls, adjusting the ship's trajectory with delicate precision. We've slowed them down. Their systems are weak from the interference. We can strike, but we need to be careful. One wrong move. And we're finished, Ilara nodded. We're not just striking. We're outsmarting them. That's the human edge. The humans had prepared a special weapon, one that the aliens had never seen before. It was not powerful in the usual sense. There were no massive energy beams or explosive warheads. Instead, it was a device that twisted space around the ship, creating distortions that made the horizon appear in multiple places at once. To the aliens, the humans were everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Prepare the pulse, Ilara ordered. A soft hum vibrated through the ship as the device powered up. Lights flickered across the control panels, casting shadows on the crew's determined faces. The aliens were closing in, their confidence returning, thinking they had recovered. But as they targeted the human ship, their weapons fired and missed. Missed every time. The horizon shimmered, appearing to split into dozens of vessels. The alien fleet recoiled, confusion spreading like wildfire. What trickery is this? One alien screeched. They are everywhere. Ilara allowed herself a small smile. Adapt, adjust, survive. That's humanity. The humans took advantage of the confusion. They darted between asteroids, their ship twisting and weaving like a shadow. Every move was deliberate, calculated to exploit the alien overconfidence. A few alien ships collided with one another, panicked by the illusions. Others fired blindly, wasting precious energy. Ryan grinned. They think they're the hunters. They're not even close. But the humans were not invincible. One alien cruiser fired a concentrated pulse, almost striking the horizon. Hilara's hand shot out, redirecting the ship at the last moment. Close, she muttered. Too close. Stay focused. The crew tightened, each person performing their task flawlessly. They were small, fragile, and unarmed in the traditional sense. But their minds, their strategy, their courage made them dangerous. The humans did not fight like others in the galaxy. They fought unpredictably, cleverly, with creativity the aliens could not anticipate. Suddenly, Ryan spotted a weak point in the alien flagship's defenses. Commander, there's a gap in their shield. We can strike through it if we act now. Ilara's eyes narrowed. Good. Prepare the pulse, but time it with their next attack. We don't just hit them. We surprise them completely. Moments later, the horizon surged forward, twisting space with the human device. The flagship's shields flickered, struggling to contain the anomaly. The human's ship seemed to pass through multiple positions at once, striking in unexpected angles. The alien flagship shuddered under the assault, its crew panicked and disoriented. The human crew cheered quietly, not out of arrogance but out of relief. They had taken the fight to the enemy, showing that humans were more than fragile beings. They were intelligent, adaptable, and willing to take risks the aliens could never imagine. The flagship commander hissed in fury. This is impossible. How can these humans? Ilara did not answer. She focused on the next step, knowing the aliens were scrambling to recover. Every human move was precise, every reaction calculated. Humans were not soldiers of brute force. They were strategists, thinkers, and survivors. That was their edge. A sudden alert flashed across the horizon's console. Another wave of alien ships approached from the rear. Ilara's heart skipped a beat, but she did not panic. New threat, she said calmly. But we're ready. We've proven we can handle more. The crew prepared themselves. Weapons were not the key. They would rely on cunning, speed, and human unpredictability. The aliens were learning, but it was too late. The humans had already claimed the first real victory. And as the horizon twisted through space, dodging and weaving, leaving alien ships scrambling, the humans proved something important. No matter how powerful the enemy, intelligence, creativity, and courage could turn the tide. For the first time, the aliens realized that humans were not just survivors. They were predators in their own right, and the humans were just getting started. The alien fleet, once confident, now reeled in confusion. Ships drifted awkwardly, weapons systems malfunctioning, and officers shouted orders that could not be executed in time. They had thought humans were weak. They had thought the horizon would be easy prey. Now that certainty was shattered. Commander Ilara's eyes scanned the battlefield. "They're disorganized," she said calmly. "It's time to strike." Ryan glanced at the sensors. "They don't know where we'll be next. We can use that." The humans had been patient, luring the aliens deeper into unfamiliar territory. Now the terrain worked in their favor. Asteroids, gravity distortions, and debris created natural obstacles that slowed the alien ships, forcing them into narrow paths where they could be targeted with precision. Every alien maneuver only made them more vulnerable. Ilara pressed a few buttons, activating the Horizon's secondary system, a set of holo-decoys that made the ship appear in multiple locations at once. Alien sensors went haywire. Some ships fired blindly at illusions, wasting precious energy and ammunition. Others collided with asteroids caught in the confusion. "They can't keep up," Ryan said with a grin. "We're turning their own confidence against them." The humans moved like shadows, twisting between obstacles with grace and precision. Every small victory increased their momentum. One alien cruiser, overconfident, tried to flank the Horizon. Ilara anticipated the move. She released a pulse that warped space around the cruiser, sending it spinning uncontrollably into a cluster of debris. The alien flagship screamed in frustration. "Stop them! Stop the humans!" But the humans did not attack recklessly. Every strike was calculated, designed to disrupt, confuse, and demoralize. They exploited the aliens' rigidity, their reliance on brute force and predictable tactics. Humans fought with creativity, with speed, with unpredictability. Ryan spotted another opportunity. "Commander, their formation is breaking. We can isolate the second wave and disable them before they regroup." Ilara nodded. "Do it. But stay sharp. They'll adapt quickly if we make mistakes." The Horizon darted forward, weaving through enemy lines. The humans' small size and ingenuity gave them an edge no alien weapon could match. One by one, alien ships were forced into traps, losing cohesion and falling into predictable patterns. The humans struck at these weak points with precision, causing chaos in the fleet. Inside the Horizon, the crew worked in perfect synchronization. Each move was anticipated. Each action deliberate. They were small, yes, but in this battlefield, brains mattered more than size. Humans were not just surviving, they were dominating. The flagship commander's many eyes narrowed in disbelief. "These humans, they are not supposed to win. They are insignificant." Ilara smiled faintly. "They underestimate us. That's always been our advantage." Even as alien ships scrambled, trying to adapt, humans continued to exploit every weakness. Another cruiser tried to escape through a narrow asteroid corridor. The Horizon released a controlled burst of gravitational interference, pinning the ship and causing it to collide with a massive asteroid. Sparks flew as it drifted helplessly. Ryan laughed quietly. "I've never seen them panic like this. It's beautiful." But Ilara's voice was steady. "Don't get distracted. Focus on the next wave." The humans were relentless, methodical, and unpredictable. The aliens' panic spread like wildfire. They had underestimated their prey, and now they paid the price. Finally, the alien flagship, realizing the tide had turned, attempted a hasty retreat. Its ships followed, broken and disorganized, struggling to escape the humans' cunning assault. The humans let them go for now. Victory was theirs, but the battle was not completely over. Ilara exhaled slowly. "They'll regroup. They always do. But we've shown them that humans are not prey. They're a force to be reckoned with." The crew shared brief, quiet smiles. There was no celebration yet. Space was unforgiving. But the humans had gained the upper hand. For the first time in this encounter, the aliens were on the defensive, and humans dictated the terms of engagement. And as the Horizon drifted through the remnants of the battlefield, calm but ready, the humans knew something important. Courage, intelligence, and adaptability could turn any situation, no matter how hopeless it seemed. The aliens had learned a hard lesson. Never underestimate humans, and the humans, they were ready for whatever came next. The alien fleet, once proud and confident, was now in disarray. Ships drifted aimlessly, damaged and confused. Their officers shouted orders that could not be executed. For the first time, they truly feared the humans. Inside the Horizon, Commander Ilara surveyed the battlefield. The humans had survived, outsmarted, and even turned the fight in their favor. But victory was not complete. Their ship was battered, systems strained, and energy reserves low. Yet the crew remained calm. They had learned long ago that panic was the enemy's ally, not theirs. "Status report," Ilara said, her voice steady. Ryan checked the controls. "Most of the alien ships are disabled or retreating. Shields are low, but we're functional. No crew casualties." "We've done it, Commander," Ilara nodded. "Good work, everyone. But stay alert. The fight may be over, but the war is not." The horizon moved cautiously among the remnants of the alien fleet. Sparks and debris floated silently in space, evidence of the humans' clever strategy and daring maneuvers. The aliens had underestimated them at every step, and now they were paying the price. The flagship commander hissed in frustration. "Impossible. These humans, they survive." They... Its voice trailed off, lost in the chaos. The aliens had learned a bitter lesson. Humans were not weak. Humans were unpredictable, adaptable, and dangerous in ways brute strength could not measure. Ilara allowed herself a small, quiet smile. Humans had done more than survive. They had proven that cleverness, courage, and unity could defeat even a superior enemy. The horizon had become a symbol of human ingenuity and resilience. Ryan looked at the stars. "They won't forget this encounter. They'll come back stronger." Ilara's eyes narrowed. "Let them. Humans will be ready." As the alien ships retreated, broken and cautious, the horizon drifted through the dark void, damaged but undefeated. The crew worked quickly to repair minor systems, preparing for the journey ahead. The battle had tested them, but it had also strengthened them. They had faced impossible odds and survived. They had turned hunters into the hunted. "Commander," Ryan said quietly, "there's something on the sensors. A faint signal. Another fleet. Far away, but closing." Ilara's expression hardened. "We've only just begun. Humans are not prey. We adapt, we survive, and we fight back. That signal is just another challenge. We'll meet it head-on." The crew exchanged determined looks. They had faced fear, chaos, and overwhelming odds. They had relied on intelligence, courage, and each other, and they had prevailed. Their small ship, fragile in appearance, had become a symbol of hope. Humanity would not be conquered, not by these aliens, not by any force in the galaxy. The stars stretched endlessly ahead, a canvas of possibilities. New dangers would come, but so would new opportunities. The humans of the horizon were ready for both. They had learned that strength alone was not enough, but strategy, creativity, and heart could tip the scales. The alien flagship had retreated, its fleet scattered. They would live to fight another day, but they would never forget the humans' cunning. In every shadow, in every maneuver, in every unpredictable action, the aliens had glimpsed the truth. Humans were not prey. They were predators of a different kind. Ilara turned to her crew. "We survived because we trusted each other. We prevailed because we were clever, daring, and united. But the galaxy is vast. More challenges are coming. And when they arrive, humans will be ready." The crew nodded. Quietly, they worked to repair their ship and prepare for the next unknown. Space was dangerous, full of threats they could not yet see. But the humans had something every alien underestimated: courage, creativity, and a refusal to be defeated. The horizon floated through the stars, its small lights blinking like a heartbeat. Humanity had survived another impossible encounter, and somewhere in the distant darkness, another signal waited, another challenge, another enemy. But for now, the humans of the horizon had proved one undeniable truth. They were not prey, they were survivors, they were humanity, and the galaxy would never forget them.